Welcome to lecture on Engineering Mathematics 2, and this is a lecture on Stokes theorems. Today we will discuss what is the Stokes theorem, and basically this is a generalization of Green's theorems. So we have already discussed the Green's theorem in previous lectures. So just to recall the Green's theorem, let capital R be the region in R squared whose boundary is a simple closed curve C. So we have a region capital R here, and it is a boundary is given by this simple closed curve C, and we take that is f vector is equal to f1 of x comma y I vector plus f2 of x comma y j vector. B, the smooth vector field. Smooth means f1 and f2 or c1 functions on both capital R as well as on the curve capital C. Then that is Green's theorem says that this integration C f vectors dot dr vector is equal to double integral R of dou f2 by dou x minus dou f1 by dou y into dA, where the integrate is now the difference of this is a two partial derivatives. So dou f2 by dou x and dou f1 by dou y. Having this is, we have observed now, we will rewriting Green's theorem slightly different. So we know this is a result here, that is a curve integral can be written as this area integral, and now the difference is that instead of this difference of two partial derivatives, we can also write it as double integral or curve f vectors dot k vectors into dA. So what is the curve f vector? So the curve f vectors would be modulus I vector, j vector, k vector. Second row, dou by dou x into dou by dou y, dou by dou z. Third row, f1, f2, f3. So it is a dot product will be done with this case. So we will go to this third component only, that will survey, all the other will vanish while this going for dot products. So this is with k vectors. We are going to have dou f2 by dou x minus dou f1 by dou y. So this is will be third component, and then we will have something with I vector, and then we will have something with j vectors and then k vectors. So with the curve f vectors, if you but a dot product with this unit vector k vector, then we will get this dou f2 by dou x minus dou f1 by dou y. This is exactly the integrate of this area integral in Green's theorem. So instead of writing this integrate, we can also write curl f vector dot k vector. So this is an idea now that we can generalize this Green's theorem with this form of this equation to a higher dimensions. So here this Green's theorem we state for R squared for a plane. So here we have the region in R squared, and this curl was also in R squared. So if we generalize this in a third dimension, that means we have a now x comma y comma z, and there is a curve which is a given in the third dimension, and then the bounded the region by this curve will be surface. So what will be happen now to the new result, that we will come up now. So we will verify this problem, the Stokes theorems for this hemisphere. So this is the hemisphere for just z greater than or equal to 0. Show the upper part of the on the xy plane, and it is a boundary. Is x squared plus y squared is equal to 9 at z equal to 0 plane. So the boundary is of the course on z equal to 0 plane on xy plane, and the vector field is given by f vector is equal to yi vector minus xj vector. So to verify the Stokes theorem, we will to verify this curve integral to the right hand side, the surface integral, we already know how to compute surface integral. So this is the institutions here. We have this hemisphere and it is a boundary is given by this curve here on the xy plane. So again the idea is same. If we take the outer normal and we walk along this curve here in this direction, then everything in this line, the surface lies left to us. So we will take the outer normal in this anti-clockwise direction for the curve in the boundary. So we can easily write down the parametric equation of the circle. So it was x squared plus y squared is equal to 9. A circle of radius 9. So r vector of theta is equal to 3 cos theta I vector plus 3 sin theta j vectors, comma 0 less than or equal to theta less than or equal to 2 pi. So dr vector by d theta we can compute out of this. So dr vector by d theta is equal to minus 3 sin theta I vector plus 3 cos theta j vector. So f vector is equal to 3 sin theta I vector minus 3 cos theta j vector. So y equal to 3 sin theta and x is equal to 3 cos theta. So f vector, we have also submitted this parametric form. And then we need for this curve integral see f vector dot dr vector. So f vectors dot dr vector by d theta is equal to minus 9 sin square theta minus 9 cos square theta, and we have this factor minus 9. So this integral c f vectors dot dr vector, we know that is equal to integration theta equal to 0 to 2 pi f vectors dot dr vector by d theta dot d theta. So theta is from 0 to 2 pi f vector into dr vector by d theta equal to minus 9. So we have minus 9 and then the 2 pi is the value there. So we have minus 18.5 which is the value of the circle integral. And now in the second case, you will consider this right side integral where we need to compute the surface integral over this hemisphere. So for that, so we have now of S, the surface, we have the F, the equations of the surface, this F vector, the function and the vector field F vector. So we need to compute this curve F vector. That means this determinant, first row I vector, j vector, k vector, second row dou by dou x, dou by dou y, dou by dou z, third row y minus x 0. So in this case I vector, and then this will give 0. This product with the j also the going to be 0, and then for k vector as well we have this for k vector we have the minus 1 and then again minus 1. So minus 2 k vector is the value there. So this is the curve F vector, and then we need to know the unit normal vector to this surface is n vector equal to del F by modulus del pi, and that can be computed. Now here we have this F, so thus del F will be 2xi vector plus 2yj vector plus 2zk vector. So that is the del F, and to divide with the absolute with this modulus with this, we will get root 4x squared plus 4y squared 4z squared. So this is 2 will come out, and then we have again here x squared plus y squared plus z squared in the denominator, and then we have in the numerator there. So this is x squared plus y squared plus z squared on the surface, that value is given 9. So therefore we have this 4 into 9, so this 4 will hit cancelled with the 2 there, and then we have x I vector plus yj vector plus zk vector. This is the unit normal vector to at any point of the surface of this or this is hemisphere, and we need to get this surface. So we know this already, del cross F vector, we know then n vector. So we can get this dot product, show there is only the k vector F vector there. So this will be just z by 3 and with the minus 2. So it is minus 2z by 3. This is the result of this integrand. And then for ds, we need to have this factor which we have discussed, the surface integral, that means that is del f. We need to get and del f dot product with this in this k vector, because we have the projected the surface on the xy plane, and once you are projected on the xy plane, this is a disk with the radius 9, whose boundary is just a circle of radius 9. So we have projected on the xy plane. Therefore, we have to also multiply this dot product with the vector b vector, which is the k vector here, and now we can simply this. So this is a minus 2z by 3, and then we need to compute this, which is will come as 4 into 9. So it is a 36, and that is a result. This is will be just 6 there, and here with this dot product, so this is will be coming as 2z, the absolute value, because z is positive. So we have a right just 2z there, so it is minus 2. And then we are integrating over this disk dx dy. So this is a projection of the xy plane. This is was x and then y. So this is a projections this disk x square plus y square less than or equal to 9. This is a disk there where we have a this perform. This is an integration, and this integrating is nothing but the area, because this is the area of that disk. So it is a pi r squared or equal to 3. So it is a minus 2 into pi into 3 squared is equal to minus 18 pi. So this is the integral which we got through the line integral as well. So the line integral and the surface integral, the values are the same. So it is a verifies the Stokes theorems. Another problem is here. Again, we will verify the Stokes theorem, but now the function is a bit more complicated. The vector field f vector is equal to xi vector plus z squared j vector plus y squared k vector, and we will take over the plane surface x plus y plus z equal to 1 lying in the first quadrant. So this is a situation. this is the line that we are taking about, which is the lying in the first quadrant given by ABD. So it has a cuts here on capital A on x-axis with 1, 0, 0, then here 0, 1, 0 and the y-axis and 0, 0, 1 on the z-axis. So again the Stokes theorem we need to apply here the yes, the surface is the triangular surface and this is all the lines, the curve C, which are the boundary which form the boundary of the surface. So here the boundary curve is just this is a 3 line and the triangle here is the surface. Well, so let us compute first f vectors dot dr vector, and so f vector is a given, and then we have a dr vector as I dx plus j vectors into dy plus k vectors into dz. So whenever we have line, just a direct component wise setting works. So in this case now AP, and then we have BD, and then we have dA. We have the three integrals over the three lines. So we will consider each of them separately. So now on the line AP, so if we consider the line AP here, that will be equation x minus 1 by 0 minus 1 equal to y minus 0 by 1 minus 0 equal to z minus 0 by 0 minus 0. That has the to be equal to t for linearity. We introduce just a parameter t there, that means x equal to 1 minus t, comma y equal to t and z equal to 0 because the component is not varying along this line. So x equal to 1 minus t, comma y equal to t, that means and converting t, comma t equal to 0. Then we are this point A because of 1, 0, 0 and then t equal to 1. We are at the point this capital B. So if we say that t goes from 0 to 1, we are going in the direction. So we will take anti-clockwise direction. Okay. And then we have to take the outer normal on the surface to have to equality of the conclusion. So also this AB, we will integrate x dx plus z squared dy plus y squared dz. We have this is a parametric equation. We will put if that x equal to 1 minus t, then tx equal to minus dt regarding the second one since z equal to 0. So this will become 0 and the third one also because of tz. This will become 0. So this is 2 will not contribute now. Only the x dx part will contributed and that we can make. We can integrate it and put it the limit 0 to 1. The value is coming as minus 1 by z. Now, for the second line this BD. So we can write down again this equation for BD. And this is the ratio equated to this t. To have this parametric form, so in this case the x is not varying. You have x is 0 and y is 1 minus t and z is t. So again the t varies from 0 to 1 and we are moving in the direction anti-clockwise. So writing this integral, this time the x is 0. So this is a first will not considered. But the rest 2 will contributed because y and z, they are changing. Okay. So here we have the z as t. So d squared of minus dt, then we have a y squared. So we have of t minus 1 minus t of t squared. Sorry, bracket lo 1 minus t the whole squared. And then we have dt for this dz out of this. Well, so just we can simplify this. So here is minus t squared. There we will get the d squared from here, that will be cancelled out. We will get 1 minus 2t, that is a conclusion here, and that value will be 0 when we integrate this 1. So along with this BD, the value of the integral is 0. Also, this is AB, the value of was minus 1 by z, and then the third line we will consider as the DA lines. So along a DA line, so this y component is a fixed and this x is a varying from 0 to 1. So we can have a light t and z is a 1 minus d, that is a parametric of this line. So again this is x dx plus z squared dy plus the y squared dz. So in this case y is 0. So this is a gone, and because of dy and this is along will not contributed because of this y. So we have again x dx, so x equal to t and then dx will be also dt. So if we integrate this, we will get the value as 1 by z. So we have compute all the three integrals, and also AB the value was minus 1 by z, along the BD it was a 0, along the dA it is a 1 by 2. So if we all add 3 to get the complete the curve integral, the value is coming as 0. And now to verify, we have the project the surface, the triangle into one of the line. So if we have two xy plane, then we are getting this a triangular there. So in the xy plane, if you project the whose the surface, so it is will be just the triangle. So just for the denominator, we have taken now here the triangle. So this is a triangle has this point 1 0 and then 0 comma 1 or there. So this is in the region now where we will integrate the surface integral. So R is bounded by the x-axis, y-axis and the straight line AB. So this is our R, the projection capital R, and the perpendicular to this capital R is going to be again the k vector. So we have f equal to x plus y plus z equal to 1. So we will take this f and we can compute this unit normal vector. So for the we need to compute the del f equal to I vector plus j vector plus k vector and the unit normal. So we have the divided by the magnitude and we'll get the I vector plus j vector plus k vectors divided by the magnitude, which is a root 3. So we need to compute the factors, denominators modulus del f by modulus del f dot k vectors, which we convert the surface to this area integral and this factor. We have a taken effect k vectors because the projection of on xy plane. Accordingly, we can project on xy plane or yz plane, then this k vector, this is normal with change. So here we will get this modulus del f, that is root 3. And then the product with is del f when we to the dot product with this k vector. So it is will be just 1 there. So we have the 1 here. So that means root 3. So that factor from surface to this area will be now root 3. Okay. We have all this ready for the surface integral. We need this, we need the normal factor, and we have the effectors there. So curl effectors dot n vector need to compute. So we have the curl effectors now dot with this n vector. We can compute this curl effector. So we are not going to compute now here, but that will be 2 of y minus z I vector curl f vectors dot product with this unit normal vector, and it coming only because of this I vector component. So 2 by root 3 of y minus z is a curl f dot in n. We are replacing this z because we will be integrate over xy plane. So we can replace that here as 1 minus x minus y. So that will be 2y plus y 2y plus x minus 1. So we have this in the region, and then we can do this surface integral. So the surface integral will convert to this area integral. This is all xy. We are noted here. So double integral or x 2 by root 3 of 2y plus x minus 1 into root 3 dx dy is area integral. So then we need to now find the limit of x and y. So limit of x is from 0 to 1, and then y we can register now. Then y will be 0 to this 1 minus x, which is the equations of the line x plus y equal to 1 after the projection. Well, so this can be simplified now. So it is a 2y plus x minus 1. One can the first integrate this dy with respect to y. As a result, we are the getting 2 integration 0 to 1 bracket 1 minus x whole squared plus next bracket x minus 1 into next bracket 1 minus x into dx. And then we will see that this is actually getting 0 de-integrated. So we do not have to intend any integral for x. So the value is 0. So again we have verified the Stokes theorem by computing the surface integral and also area integrals. So this is all the lecturers, and I thank you for your attention.